Hey there, welcome to Mundelein Minute. It is actually episode number 75.
You've been saying that for like 3 episodes.
I know, and then every time I edit it, and then I saw something today that said 74, and I was like, yeah, that was 74 I last edited. So welcome to episode 75.
Okay, we're going to talk about a cow.
We're going to talk about Committee of the Whole and a village board meeting. Before we do, my name's Eric Schwenk. I'm a trustee in the village of Mundelein, and who are you?
I am Kara Lambert. I'm also a trustee in the village of Mundelein.
Well, there you have it. And no taxpayer dollars were used in the distribution or creation of the podcast. All the cameras, microphones, all that is mine.
And we just heard your kids upstairs.
And there's kids upstairs. There's a bird that I hope doesn't join us. And there's cats that sometimes do. So, what? The bird?
The bird. Stop. Stop talking about it.
All right. So, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the Committee of the Whole. I'm going to urge people to go and watch the video or, I guess, read the minutes.
Or,
dare I say, the last minutes. Good job, Karen. For the last Committee of the Whole were like very detailed into everything that the mayor was talking about during the State of the Village.
they were good.
They were really good. So I have high hopes for the next one as well, that they're a good recap.
Or you could check out the website where committees and commissions are talked about.
Correct. So this was a Committee of the Whole to hear reports from all of, not all, but of our committees and commissions. So Planning and Zoning Commission, Economic Development Commission, Mundelein Arts Commission, Beautification Committee, Historical Commission, and Mundelein Community Connection, which is a nonprofit in the village that does receive some funding over past years from the village.
Correct.
So they present to us as well.
Correct.
So that information's out there. Please.
Also, a lot of those commissions and committees are looking for volunteers.
Oh, that's a really good point.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
Historical Commission, I know, has 2 openings.
Beautification has some openings.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a good way to get involved and learn about how your government works.
All right.
Village board meeting.
Village board meeting.
So, in good fashion, we started late because there was a Committee of the Whole, and this is kind of how we do. So we did attendance, everybody was present, Pledge of Allegiance, approval of minutes, and then public commentary where we heard from Gail Becky, who told us that she's going to start a series.
A Gail Becky series.
A Gail Becky series of public commentary to talk about walkability.
She's one of my favorite people.
Me too. I shot her an email and offered her 2 books, so they're sitting upstairs. I'm going to leave them for her to pick up on one of her walks because walkability's her thing, and I'm all about it.
1,400 miles last year.
And she's on pace to exceed it this year.
That's insane.
I know.
That's
Way
insane.
to go, Gail. And then that was it. That was it for our public commentary. It was just Gail.
Yep.
We moved on to presentations and awards. We had a presentation from Smoked Meats, which is also going to be called Smokehouse. I think they're changing their name.
I don't think Smoked Meats is the final name.
I mean,
I think the Smokehouse or Smokehouse Meats is
Smokehouse. Look, I think it's going to be a sports bar that has some type of
smoked
smoking.
Meats.
Yes, of smoked meats. And so this is a presentation that was done for
why did we see that, Eric?
Do
you want to talk about that?
The old Abernathy store is what a lot of people call it. It was agony of defeat for a while.
It's a big space on Park and Seymour.
Park and Seymour in a building that is
4,800 square feet.
4,800 square feet and very old.
And very not up to code.
Yeah, that too.
Extremely not up to
so
code.
I've been in there, and it kind of blows me away at the condition that it's in now.
Yeah.
While they were selling it and at the price they were selling it for. I was a little surprised by that.
Taken aback, if you will.
Yes. So this came to us for a presentation and then later for some consideration for motion for incentives.
Do we want to talk about that now or later? What do you want to do?
I mean, we could talk about it now since we're talking about it, then we'll just kind of...
Then we'll just breeze through it later.
Yep.
Okay.
So the presentation was, again, to tell us about the incentive... Well, to tell us about the property.
The restaurant, what he wants to do.
Yep. And then the incentives are $200,000 in upfront costs. They have to show those receipts.
Which is reimbursements to them that they've done.
And then over the next 7 years, an additional $200,000
in sales tax sharing.
In sales tax and gaming sharing.
Yes.
At a 50% rate.
Yeah. So we're still going to get incremental sales tax and gaming sharing tax.
Correct.
From this.
And this is similar to other properties. Mm-hmm. So take the Village Hall, for example, the old Village Hall property. We don't have a better name. We keep calling it that, but the hopefully soon golf simulator building.
Whatever. Something will go there.
They received either a discounted sales price on the property. They bought it for $1 or
Yeah.
$10 or whatever it was. And then there's also sales tax sharing. And while there's no business there, they're losing that sales tax. That's part of the incentive.
Right. Because it's only for a finite period of time.
Right. So
this is 7 years.
This is 7 years.
Or until the number is met.
Correct.
So if they do a bang up business the first whatever number of years and they hit their sales tax sharing faster, then they're done.
Correct. So this is not something we do for every business that comes to town. I see this as helping because the building is so old.
You talked about this in the meeting that we in fact don't typically do a big incentive package for restaurants. I mean, like every restaurant, right? But we are doing this because
the building is horribly outdated, in need of major code renovations. Actually, the last business that had leased the property was aiming to put in a restaurant. And they failed. They couldn't
do it.
Meet it because of those costs.
Yeah. And I know that the businesses we've heard of other people looking at that business and then being like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, because the water line wasn't big enough,
Yeah.
because there wasn't sprinklers.
Bathrooms or
whatever it may
ADA
be.
compliance, tons and tons of issues.
So they're going to bring it up to code. They've asked for a liquor license, which both of us and the rest of the board gave a thumbs up to. They asked for a gaming license, which both of us gave a thumbs down to, but the rest of the board gave up. Mm-hmm. So hopefully by November we will see a new restaurant, a new restaurant to
kind of bummed they'll miss out on the summer.
I think they are too.
But like I think they ran into bigger issues there.
The amount of money that they're going to put into this to get the doors open, it's impressive.
And you know, like the reason they came to the village and asked for this too. Like they came and approached us. It's not like we went out and offered it to them without the ask. Like this was something that they had asked for. And you know, this is also sort of kind of like the big grant on steroids. Like they're getting reimbursed for improvement costs. So it's not like they're like gaining a profit on village money or anything like that. They have to show receipts for what they did.
Correct. So next up, we had a proclamation honoring Frank and Judy Gianamore. Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Good job.
And that was so heartwarming and so wonderful.
Yeah. Also, like half the police department was there because they went to Mundelein High School and had them as coaches, and then Titan was there, and because they funded Titan when we got him. So
absolutely,
it was just nice. Warm and fuzzy night. That was good.
Another proclamation recognizing Pete Schubkegel, who is our retiring building commissioner.
Mm-hmm. Building department director.
Yep. Department director. Yep.
Whew, that's going to be a big shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
Big shoes to fill. So
yeah.
He is retiring on Friday.
Yeah. So. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No public hearings. The mayor's report. We had an appointment to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Speaking of getting involved.
That's right. Kevin Tehan. Thank you, Kevin. And then we gave a B2 liquor license to Thornton's. So B2, this would allow just the sale of
beer and wine.
Beer and wine, I think, is only at gas stations, which is actually something we just started allowing a few years ago.
COVID related.
Yeah. Okay. Trustee reports. So in the community and economic development, we had smoked meats, which we've already talked about. And then an ordinance for 927 Tower Road. And this was granting some conditional variations for the land. Go on.
I was just going to say that I voted. Is this one I voted no on?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to tell you why or just like be like whatever?
Yes.
I voted no on it because there are some residents that are concerned about the amount of truck traffic that is going down on Allenson towards 45. So that would be west, right?
Way to go.
Yes. West on 45. And there's currently a traffic study being done from the police department to identify like if that's true and how we can figure out a plan to make businesses happy in that industrial area, but also like our residents happy that are west of that industrial area. So I wanted to make sure that the residents are comfortable with where they live and feel safe with where they live, in addition to coexisting with other businesses. So there's my TED Talk.
Makes sense. Well, they passed.
I'll get off my soapbox right about now.
And this is part of being on a board, right?
Yes.
The boards will.
They win. That's fine.
You vote, and
exactly.
However it lands, you move forward.
I hope Terry Rafferty watches this podcast and sees that I hear him when he emails me.
That's amazing. Okay, so then we had 615 North Lake Street, which is a vacant building that's been vacant for quite some time. Mm-hmm. And there is a new business coming in. They're looking at doing car detailing, and that's something that's not permitted in the downtown C5C zoning. So
Except this building is like can't hard to figure out something else to do with it.
correct. Yeah, it is. It is literally just a box.
Yeah.
And in need of some love. So I'm hoping that
They love it up.
yeah, they, would be so nice to see that as a new business.
Yeah.
Also, it has a really nice blank wall on the side. That would be amazing for a mural. Not that I'm like eyeballing different places for murals.
I mean, who would
love
do
them.
that? Why would anyone look at that?
Right. And then we had a number of motions for bell tire for special use variations, allowing a motor vehicle repair place on Lake Street. So this is going to be next door to Taco Bell.
That has been empty for so long.
Yes. 2011, I want to say, is when that building was knocked down.
Well, because there was a fire in it, and then I feel like, and then they tore it down. So long.
Yeah, it's been a while. So there was a number of variances that allowed or disallowed. So they asked for flagpole height to be higher than what was allowed by code, and that was denied. But the others for allowing the business remained, like the amount of building transparency along a public street. So things that you don't always know are in the code.
Right, they're in the code.
They're in the code.
Yeah.
So moving on to public works was the National Pollutant Discharge Illumination System Elimination. Yes.
Yep.
Elimination System Annual Report.
We do it every year.
Every
it's
year.
available online if you ever want to read it.
Yes. Yep. And it is just as exciting as the title sounds because we read it.
It's terrible.
And they were replacing the boiler at fire station number 2.
Necessary purchase sounds like we want heat for those firefighters probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from the sounds of it in the report, it's been something that's been hobbled along for a long time.
As a lot of our.
Like our roof was at the fire station too.
Exactly.
So this is something that just needs to be done. It's just
like housekeeping.
Maintenance. Yeah. Yep, exactly. And they're hoping to that by doing this, they don't have to add in extra heaters into the bay. Mm-hmm. And one of the issues is they have to maintain a certain temperature in the bay for the medications, or else they lose their effectiveness.
The things you would never think of.
Right.
Anyways,
right.
Along.
Okay. Separated bills for AT&T. AT&T was $1,939.52, and the governing body bill approval was much lower than normal at $640,356.39. And then we did invoice cloud biller agreement. So in the last episode, we talked about moving to some new financial software. This is the payment billing side of the village's software. So we send out roughly 5,700 bills per month. Mm-hmm. Those are water bills. Mm-hmm. And we all like to pay them online nowadays. Yeah.
We do.
So that's the software that allows that. Public safety.
That's me.
Yep.
I forgot what that was.
We did the emergency warning sirens license agreement. So
Good thing we did that. No,
right? After last night's
needed
storms,
that real quick.
I thought about that last night.
In a place right away.
As I was watching this, blob come across the radar, and
we just replaced some ones too last year too.
Yeah, we replaced a
good
couple.
Thing we did those.
We put a new one out by Pulte, and
Yep.
now this is a new one that's going into the far. My turn.
Come on.
Far southeast corner of what essentially is Community Park, towards the Loch Lomond neighborhood to get more notification
into
and noise,
yeah.
if you will,
into that area.
over into that area, into those homes. Yep.
We did that, and then another emergency one. I can't remember what it was. It was about our plans. So emergency operations plan probably also was put into a little bit of use this last.
Yeah,
week,
there's been quite a few different issues.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
If you see a firefighter or a police officer in town, just be like, "Hey, man, thank you," because it has been a week. This was to authorize the mayor and department heads to file our EOP with the Lake County Emergency Management Agency as well. So.
Yep, and then I have your chief notes over there too.
Oh yeah, I mean, what should I go to first? I think I'm gonna go to the fire department, coming short of their goal. Ouch. They did collect 69 units of blood at their blood drive, but the police department won the Polar Plunge in Antioch or Fox Lake on Saturday. They raised $14,000. Pretty impressive. And that trophy, though.
The trophy's pretty cool. Little polar bear.
It's a polar bear. So that was it.
All right. So building committee, we changed the ordinance for the fee structure for permits.
We were working for free.
Yeah, we had not addressed this since 2018. And since then, we've seen a CPI increase, an inflation increase of roughly 24% since 2018. And
I just got the.
right, that's kind of gross. So we had to address some of our costs. We did not.
We haven't done it.
Yeah, we had not done that in a long time. Yeah. Transportation and infrastructure. There was a water storage facility inspection. So we're having Dixon Engineering come out to inspect all water facilities and the emergency inspection at the division tower. And that was really it. Oh, there was one motion for the omnibus, which was the Illinois Department of Employment Security. So insurance,
Also, kind of
22,000.
housekeeping. You have to have insurance.
Yes. Insurance is important, especially when you have employees.
Yeah, especially when you have employees that do risky jobs.
True.
Yeah.
True.
All right, that was it.
That was it. Yeah, nothing else. We were out of there at 8:15.
Oh, you know what?
Not
Police
bad.
did also talk about. I forgot. I'll put it right here. Amazing Mundelein.
Oh, I wrote that down. That's
Start
true.
racking our brains. If you know of any senior citizens that need projects done around their yards, and also if you want to get involved. So we already have a.
Star Wars edition.
It is May the 4th.
It is May the 4th.
I asked Russ. I was like, "What are we doing May the 4th?" And he's like, "I don't know." He got all excited, like I was gonna get nerdy, and I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I meant to go volunteer."
I meant like to rake some leaves or help somebody.
So
like
we have a whole posse coming out. It's gonna be super fun.
yeah. I mean, a couple of years ago, it was
We
you,
did it.
You and I were right up the street at one of my neighbors on the next block,
Yeah.
pulling weeds in the backyard for.
At this time, when
Couple hours.
we'll invite you to join us, obvi, but it's gonna be us and a whole group of first graders.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to like come in and just like a bunch of swarm of bees.
It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
Great.
So
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Anything else going on in the community?
I don't have anything this weekend. Sorry.
Coffee with the mayor, 9:00 in the morning on
Whose
Saturday.
day? Whose day is it?
Me.
Oh,
Oh,
Mom! If you need something to do Saturday,
Yep,
Trust
I'll be
your Schwenkel
there.
Day there.
Yeah.
Cool. At Crossroads, 9 a.m.
There you go.
If you have problems, you know where to go.
Talk to the mayor. No, I'll be there too. All right. We'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.